So for the first time, half a father is at the center of the word feather and the word kite. That is to say, light is a feather and high is a kite. Say, God the Father wants you to feel high and light, okay? And so half a father is at the dead center of the word kite and at the dead center of the word feather. And that is the glory of God the Father, okay? And I have been led by the Lord to eat foods that make me feel light, okay, and make me feel high. Fruits, okay. Had a little revelation that the word fruits, okay, it ends in the IT, half father, and then when you pluralize it with the S, then you get the SUR, which equals another father, wrapping that half father, okay. And for me, cocoa, just cocoa powder with hot water is critical, okay. It's a tremendous blessing. Dark chocolate is also fine, but I think even better is if you can just get pure cocoa powder dissolved in just hot water, no sugar added, and you get that in your diet regularly. That is key. In fact, from my own personal experience, and I believe for most people, that is the key that enables you to get free from a lot of these food addictions that don't actually make you feel good, because everyone's craving a feeling, okay? Everyone's craving a good feeling in their brain and in their entire body. And theobromocacao, okay, which means food of the gods. It's the scientific name for chocolate. There's a lot of gems to preach on, but just try this one, okay? I said it from the very beginning because I felt it myself. Cocoa kills the hunger pangs for all these dumb foods that you used to have. And if anyone is struggling with cravings, if anyone is trying to lose weight, I would absolutely exhort that they get on a regular dosage of pure cocoa powder, ideally organic, but it doesn't really matter. Just pure cocoa powder from your bulk bin at your local store, Save on Foods. I got some today from Superstore. Just scoop it out and start off small, like you do anything in life, okay? Like a teaspoon dissolved in hot water, and just drink that in the morning. Eventually you can increase the amount, and mark my words, it will give your brain, and indeed your whole body, there's a lot of science behind it, like theobromine is very healthy for you, and theobromine, in fact, is the word that means food of the gods. Henceforth comes the official name of chocolate bean is theobromocacao and all that. But in short, okay, if you get that pure cocoa powder, okay, no sugar added, in hot water, and you will increase the amount of that in your diet, it will give you the pleasure and the feelings of happiness and relaxation that your brain craves, that your whole body craves, that you have been trying to satisfy with sugar and carbs and all of the processed foods that are full in our supermarkets that are demonic and all that junk today. So, and it's amazing, okay? So get cocoa powder dissolved in hot water. Get more and more of that in your regular routine, and then mark my words, you will not eat as much. You simply will not eat as much food at all as you used to. Furthermore, you will have new cravings, and you will have the power to comfortably, enjoyably eat whole fruits. I actually believe that you don't need to eat a whole lot of vegetables. I'm believing that you can live a very healthy life like Adam and Eve did without any vegetables. It is possible to do just with a wide variety of fruits, okay? But for me personally, the cocoa, Theobroma cacao, is critical. It is critical to help you get the good feelings that you crave without all this crazy expenditure on foods, processed foods that don't give you that feeling. They just simply don't. And they just leave you feeling heavy and weighed down and depressed, okay? God wants you to feel light, okay, and alert and calm at the same time. And this is what Theobroma cacao does. This is what cocoa powder does, okay? And you don't need sugar. And then I'm going to eat a variety of whole fruits, okay? Yeah, so that's my spiel for the night on that. But so really cool stuff. So first time in my life. So probably go through a list of 29s at the center of words. But so yeah, light as a feather, high as a kite. And the Lord spoke to me today. Today it snowed. It hasn't snowed. It wasn't even expected to snow in the forecast, up until now. But the Lord confirmed all these words today with a beautiful snowfall, totally unexpected. And at the dead center of the word snow, the Lord spoke to me, is 29, half a father, the great N-O. Okay, and father is on top, O-N, okay, 29, half a father. And it snowed. Snow has half a father at the dead center. Kite has half a father at the dead center. And all these things go on top. Oh, when snow falls, where does it end up? Well, it ends up on top of everything because father's on top. So at the dead center of snow is half a father, N-O, okay? It's literally the letters on, like on, top, okay? And then the word kite has 29 at the dead center, and the word feather has 29 at the dead center because feathers go on top of birds. We say light is a feather, and we say high is a kite, okay? So the Lord is giving me a revelation. The word diet, you can find 29, and it parallels this number 29. The Lord is setting me free. The Lord is taking me to a higher level of pleasure and feeling high, feeling light, feeling terrific and fast all the time. And He's doing it with my diet and everything, okay? But, okay, so the Lord leads me to drink cocoa powder with hot water and then also consume whole fruits, okay? No veggies. I don't believe that you need that many veggies in your life if you have a wide variety of whole fruits, okay? Just like Adam and Eve did in the Garden of Eden, okay? Because, truth be told, a lot of vegetables are hard on your system. They are hard on your digestive system. That is to say, they are not actually meant for human consumption. They are not actually meant for humans to digest. And you just end up pooing it all out because your body says, what is this stuff? Like, what is all this tough? Like, I think there's a lot of lies out there about, there's a ton of lies out there, just all selling people stuff. It's all based on sales, to just try and convince people that they have to consume everything under the sun and keep buying it all and keep buying it all and keep buying it all. When the reality is most of it doesn't even end up in, people poo it all out, and it's just, I believe that there's a lot of lies told about fiber and how much fiber you need in your diet. I'm like, fiber is like the tough, like, stuff in vegetables and plants that, like, humans really aren't supposed to eat as much of, like, compared to just a whole fruit, okay? Like, Adam and Eve ate more fruits. They didn't eat, like, all these gristly, like, vegetables that are so-called high in fiber. Anyways, I don't want to overstep my bounds. You know, I'm being careful with all this and taking steps myself, but I really think that it's very possible to eat far more fruits than vegetables in your diet, okay, if you live an active lifestyle like you were born to, okay. The problem with our world in the West and in most of the developed world is that people are living sedentary, inactive lives, and as a result of that, that's why you have all this salesmanship of foods that cater to non-active living. Oh yeah, you need to eat a lot of vegetables because that'll give you the nutrients you need without making you feel energetic and like, oh yeah, that's good for a sedentary life. Eat all these depressing foods that just make you feel that match your non-active depressing condition. You just start to add it all up, okay? The number of people with inactivity and, okay, there's a ton to preach on how scary the profiteering food markets are. It is sick. And in the future, God willing, it's not going to be this way. Like 99% of the trash that is in Superstore and even Walmart is absolute unsatisfying filth. And it's all based on profiteering. Once you understand that these companies serve nothing except the bottom dollar, it makes perfect sense to you why there is tons of unsatisfying foods in these stores. Because that's simply how you get as much money from people as possible. You give them stuff, you present tons of stuff to them that doesn't actually satisfy them, and so it takes as much money from them as possible. It's not hard to see what's going on. It's not hard to understand what's going on. It's not hard to put the pieces together and realize that 99% of the product food offerings in a market like Walmart and Superstore are completely suboptimal, completely unsatisfying compared to the gold medal items that your body actually was made for. Because if they only presented to you the best items that your body was made for, you would not have to spend as much. You would simply get your satisfaction right away, okay, quick as can be, and be out of there. You wouldn't have to spend nearly as much money as you do because you just got satisfied by eating the stuff that you need, and that's it. So I am praying and believing that there's going to be a massive awakening and a massive revolution in food and in what we present to people in our supermarkets and what we allow to be sold on shelves and what we allow to be in front of people in our superstores. Okay, and it all starts with awakening. Okay, people get closer to God. God sets you free. Literally, you seek the Lord, and the Lord will set you free. First of all, He will open your eyes to understand and see the darkness, and then He will set you free from crappy addictions that weren't making you happier, didn't make you feel any higher or any lighter, and were just taking your money and pulling you down, making you feel heavy, taxing your digestive system, making you feel sluggish after you've eaten, depressed, heavy. Then there's all these lies out there that say you need to eat all these like protein-dense foods. It's all a lie. I'm like, you weren't born to look thick and heavy and feel depressed. You were born to be light and nimble and sharp and alert and feel fantastic and fast all day long. So God wants to take you there. So drink cocoa powder, get cocoa in your diet. That will break a lot of chains. That will break a lot of cravings for sugar and all this other junk. And then, yeah, like whole fruits and stuff. But cocoa is a big help. Cocoa powder is a big help to give your brain and your mind and your whole body the lasting pleasure that it craves, okay, without any bad side effects.